have to. We can push it
We're,
off.
we're going. We're going.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Inclusion Matters podcast with Inclusion Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry I'm not my normal self today. I've been traveling all damn day, and we're still doing a live video real quick. But all is good because it's going to be a quick little update on promotion and some huge breaking news. So let's first start with introducing the man in the green on the bottom who doesn't have a fro tonight, it doesn't look like, and isn't actually late to the podcast, Mr. Principal Tap. And then, of course, up in the upper corner in the yellow shirt, who looks like fucking Big Bird because his beak is so fucking big. He sounds like paint drying, and he still loves the OJO Cassidy, even though he lost his title. And of course, I'm the one that really matters in this whole damn podcast because I make this show. I produce this show, I run this show, and I'm better than both of these boys, and they know it. So, before we get a whole lot into this, let's thank our sponsors. Let's start with Kevin Wasson, American Family Insurance. Let's go to Precision Power Washing, Doty Gallery Tattoo, and hey, Big Bird, tell him Small sent you. Let's go to North American Tart Rugged Made. Let's go to Kathy's Clutters and Event Center. El Ranchero's Mexican Restaurant. Los Jalapenos Taqueria. Bruce Nichols Painting. The Care Program. Burgerville of Kelso Longview. Pro Caliber Motorsports. LifeWorks. Sterling Honda. And Bruno's Pizza, who is the proud sponsor of our Hall of Fame dinner. And we'd also like to thank a potential new sponsor. Just give me a second to get their card. It is Total Employment and Management at 1015 Vandercook Way in Longview, Washington. See them for all your employment needs. Now, on to the breaking news. Mr. Crippled Messiah, would you like to break this news since you broke the deal?
Yes. As of today, Inclusion Pro Wrestling has confirmed an appearance by former WWE superstar Tucker Knight, also known as Levi Cooper. This is a big deal for Inclusion Pro Wrestling, and we would like to thank Levi Cooper for agreeing to do this. He will not be wrestling, but I guarantee you he'll be making moves in Inclusion Pro Wrestling. He'll also be signing autographs and some other cool stuff, so stay tuned for that. What are your guys' thoughts on Levi Cooper? We'll start with the Heartbreaker coming to Inclusion Pro Wrestling.
This is probably one of the biggest moves that we have made, and he was this podcast's very first interview back when we were from the chair. And we had a chemistry with this man since day one. That's right, since day one. We're stealing the Usos line since day one. But I couldn't be more excited because he had made a promise to us when we got this promotion up and running. He would appear at our very first show, and he would also appear at our Special Olympics show that we'll be having later on in 2024. And Megan, the superstar that is going to be appearing is none other than Tucker Knight of the WWE, now known as Levi Cooper, of course.
And Megan, I don't know if you caught this, but we do have tickets on sale for that show if you're interested. Principal Tap, your thoughts on Levi Cooper coming to Inclusion Pro Wrestling?
I'm just excited that he gets to come and help us launch a great promotion. And I'm looking forward to working with him.
The thing is this is, as the Heartbreaker said, this is probably the biggest thing that we've done. To have somebody of his caliber believe in us, and like you said, he believed in us from the beginning. Like when we did that interview with us, is not only a very humbling, but a very empowering feeling.
So the second half of this breaking news that we have is, please stay tuned to Levi Cooper's Facebook page and YouTube page, as he will be cutting a promo for Inclusion Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Also, be looking for Roy Lovejoy, who will be going online here in about a half hour, also probably to plug Inclusion Pro Wrestling. So again, without the help of everybody listed, and of course our booker, T-Rex, the street team that's going to be going out and plastering the hell out of the flyers in our local area. This is actually becoming a dream come true for Mr. Crippled Messiah. And we can confirm that we actually have one official ticket sale and 3 more tickets being sold. And I believe Mr. Roy Lovejoy said I should be expecting a phone call from somebody for 4 more tickets. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We may have officially 8 tickets sold to our first show.
Wow.
So we've always been saying, if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, and now it's time to officially say, when this happens, it will be most surreal. That this is happening. Me as a wrestling fan for majority of my childhood and into my adult life, watching WWE, WCW, and now AEW, I can actually honestly say that I've never been to an independent show until November 25th. That's right. My very first independent show is going to be a show that I co-own. That is surreal.
Yes.
That is very surreal. We can talk a little more about inclusion and let you all know that tickets are on sale now. $25 for ringside, $20 general admission. We have tickets for our Hall of Fame dinner Friday night, again at Bruno's Pizza. They are $10 a ticket. You can get the tickets on Eventbrite. Just look up Class of 2023 Hall of Fame and buy your tickets online and join us at Bruno's for our Hall of Fame ceremony. We'll probably have some more sponsors to announce here in the very near future, but until they are confirmed, we will not announce them. the ones that we are announcing now have either already sponsored us or are in a tentative deal with us to be on the podcast. Oh, and also I'd like to thank MA Belts.
Yes.
Without them, without MA Belts, we would not have our beautiful championships that will be debuted at our show. Our first title is the Cowlitz County title. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Cowlitz County title. Everybody's heard of a U.S. title. Everybody's heard of a world title, but nobody ever does anything for the counties. We are proud to be Cowlitz County. We are proud that our promotion has started in Cowlitz County, and that strap will be represented by somebody with Cowlitz County ties or who is willing to have that title defended in Cowlitz County. So, again, I will be right back with you guys.
While he's doing some more promotional stuff or getting his dinner, I do want to get a little personal here for a minute, and then I'll let you say something about what Inclusion Pro Wrestling means to you. I've always said that this is my dream for the reasons of being discriminated against 20 years ago, and that's all true. But I want to talk a minute about what wrestling in general has meant to me. My dad, when I was younger, wasn't in my life. Thank God he's in my life now, and it's an amazing experience. But when you don't have a father figure in your life, it leaves like a hole in one side of your heart, to where you don't think that part of your heart's ever going to be filled. Wrestling filled that spot, that hole, that empty space in my heart. Being part of that family, the wrestling family in the Northwest, filled that spot. So when that wrestling training school stopped 2 years after it started, even though my dad and I were getting along and he was coming back into my life, I still had that emptiness because I was losing something again that I truly, truly was passionate and cared for. So this, being able to get back into wrestling and not only do it in a way that I wanted to do, I've always wanted to do it, but to do it in a way that I can help other people along the way means more to me than I can even describe. So thank you for letting me get a little bit personal. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Principal Tap so you can tell us what this means, this journey meant to you so far.
Just like you, Messiah, I grew up watching wrestling, idolizing a lot of wrestlers. Always wish that I could be part of a wrestling company, and now I get to fulfill that part of my dream. And I'm excited to be working with you and the Heartbreaker and Mr. T-Rex and everybody else to help make this grow for you. And that's what it means to me.
And everybody says for me, it's not gonna grow just for me. It's gonna grow.
It's not going to grow.
This whole county.
Everybody's going to grow from this.
We want to one of the other things that I think we all want to do is make people realize where Longview, Washington is. Because I guarantee you, if you went up to somebody right now and they said, "Where do you live?" and you said Longview, Washington, they would go, "Oh, you live in Texas."
Yep.
Because there's a Longview, Texas. I want to give people a reason to go, "Oh, you live in Longview, Washington. You guys put on that awesome wrestling show that happens once or twice a month or once a month or whatever." You know.
Right. And I
Sorry, I'm
agree
getting
with that.
kind of deep today. I don't know why. It's just something that was on my brain, so I figured I might as well say it. I want to say thank you again to the Rain Church, and to Mr. Rex Michelson for making that happen. Without that church and without Mr. Michelson taking the step out to get it, this wouldn't be a possibility. So thank you very much. Heartbreaker, your thoughts?
Well, as you guys were rambling on and mumbling and moaning and groaning and sounding like fucking paint drying, but like I said, you know, this has been one hell of a ride, and a very joyful and exciting 48 hours. Going from having tickets on sales to not having any sales to now knowing that I've got at least 4 confirmed and another 4 more on the way. And yeah, so it's been a very exciting ride. More to come if there's ever another opening on a podcast where we don't have a guest. We'll start announcing card and talent related to the card. So with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and just do a quick little shout out tonight. Again, I want to thank Tucker Knight for believing in Nathan and I at the very beginning of this, almost 1 year ago. That's right. It's been almost 1 year, and he believed in us since day one. So thank you, Tucker, Levi, for believing in us.
No, that's it.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. So good night, everybody.